Good morning, dear friends. I hope you're all doing well. After a very busy January, this month I'm trying to come back to myself and to implement more of my own mindful daily habits that greatly help me in living life slower and more peacefully. I wanted to share some of these things with you today in case they may help you too, or perhaps to inspire you. How I begin my day can easily affect how I feel for the rest of it. And so, for me, the best way I have found is to start by connecting with my breath and body and simply breathing gently. I do find being still and meditating quite challenging. However, it's something I'm slowly working on improving and not forcing myself for any specific result. Instead, I just try to feel my own breath and perhaps say a short mantra or some positive words of affirmation. In this way, I am calm and ready to start my day. Something else I'm trying to do is to write a little in my journal. I take a few moments to write a couple of words on how I'm feeling that day, as this really helps me to release any worries or tensions. I also make a note of what needs to be done that day, and I try to prioritize doing only one or two of the most important things, as my goal is to nurture a feeling of encouragement instead of criticizing myself on the things I didn't manage to achieve or tick off the list that day. I have found that by doing this, I feel a lot less stressed during the day. At the end of this video, I will also share the beautiful diary I'm using and the lovely artist who makes them. Another very vital part of looking after my body and my mental health is taking time to be in nature. I have mentioned this in many previous videos, but spending time in nature almost instantly helps me to feel grounded, connected to the earth and to my own spirit, and helps me to breathe deeper and release any worries from the day. No matter the weather or the season, nature always offers so much beauty and magic in every intricate detail, if only we stop to notice. When I take the time to spend out in nature, I put away my phone and instead try to reawaken my senses and notice what I can hear, smell, see, and touch. It makes me feel so connected and so grateful. Another very important aspect to my well-being is staying active and working my body and muscles. I do the types of workouts that I know I can enjoy and be consistent with. That way I see results much better, and I found that daily short bursts of exercise work best for me and my schedule. For me, working my body also greatly benefits my overall mental health, so it's something I will always prioritize time to do. And finally, I always try to leave just a little time in my day for some kind of slow and peaceful activity. Of course, some days are definitely busier than others, and sometimes I'm so tired I just want to rest. However, slow-paced, mindful activities always help me to feel calm and centered, and help me to stay focused on just one thing in the moment, which is something I find challenging to do. I especially enjoy spending my free time doing things I really love, which is crafting with nature. In the process of studying herbalism, I find that I'm constantly learning something new every day. It feels so magical to be connecting with the plants and the natural world in my own home, to be crafting foods and wonderful medicines from what nature provides around me, and to learn to be ever respectful and grateful for all of it. I think that it is so beneficial to find something that you really love to do, and to simply be able to do it without worrying about doing it perfectly or doing it for anyone else. My hobby helps me to feel connected to the natural world, which is important to me. It is also something that lets me be creative and use my hands, and it also keeps me learning and passionate. It is almost therapeutic for me. I hope you can also find something that makes you passionate, whatever that may be, and I am sure you will experience the great benefits and joy this can bring. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So I have been trying to find a couple of different spots in my home where I can film these kind of chatty bits of the video, and it's been rather challenging at times to find a good place, because we do live in a one-bedroom apartment here in London, and it is rather small. So it has been quite challenging at times to find a decent spot to film and talk, where I have a good amount of space to fit myself into, and also where the light is kind of half decent, because sometimes it is just way too dark, and sometimes it is really too bright, because of my lovely balcony window here, which I just really love. But and it's great for filming kind of my bits that I film during the day, but not when I want to talk, because there's just too much light sometimes. So I do apologize for the light. We will see how this goes. I'm still trying to figure lots of things out with lighting and stuff like that, because I really love to use the natural light in my videos. I think it's really beautiful, but sometimes for these chatty bits it is not the best. So I will apologize in advance, but I'm doing my best and I'm still learning. But yes, so I really hope you enjoyed this little video of me talking about just some of those little daily habits that I'm really trying my best to implement this year, to really help me to kind of find that pace for myself that I am really trying to achieve with my life. And as I said, you know, sometimes it's not always possible to do all of those things that I want to do and to do them really well. Sometimes days are really, really busy and there's just so much to do and emails to answer and things to organize, especially for someone who's, you know, running their own small business. There's always so much to do. But I just wanted to mention a couple of things that I'm really, really trying my best to do, because they do really, really help me, and they can really change kind of the trajectory of my day and how I feel throughout the entire day. And especially something like meditation or the slow breathing that I'm trying to do every morning now. If I can just even sit for 5 or 10 minutes. I try to do 10 minutes or 15 minutes if I can. That's about the most I can do right now. But if I can even do 5 or 10 minutes of just slow breathing and just focusing on my breath and nothing else, no other distractions. And like I said, not putting too much pressure on myself either, because for me, it is really challenging, really, really challenging to just sit still and to just calm my mind as someone who is constantly physically active. It's always been hard for me. However, I do understand and appreciate all the benefits that this practice can provide for me in time as I get better. So I'm really trying to work on that and to understand that it is really good for me and for my just general breathing during the day, to allow myself those 5 or 10 minutes and just learn to calm my mind and calm my body and find that slow rhythm and that slow pace, and that's really helpful for me. And then something like journaling. This is something that I used to do a bit more in the past, and then I kind of let it go because I found I was putting a bit too much pressure on myself, trying to kind of journal all my feelings. And I find that I just don't have the time to do those kind of things. However, I do have the time and the couple of minutes in my morning to just, as I say, write down just maybe 2 words, 3 words on how I'm feeling, what is kind of going through my mind right now, and the kind of things I want to get done that day. I've been trying to kind of prioritize just 1 or 2 of the most important things, as I mentioned, to do during that day, and to just focus on those. And if I can get those done, I feel like my day, you know, has been accomplished, and then I don't need to put all that other pressure on myself, because we can always have huge to-do lists that can almost never end, and for me especially. So I always find I can have a million things to do. There's always something to finish and to fix. However, I have decided that I'm going to just focus on 1 or 2 or maximum 3 of the most important things I need to do that day. And as long as I've done those, I'm good, I'm okay, and I can relax a little bit. So I find that really, really helps kind of my mental state, and not putting extra stress on myself that's not really necessary. And with that being said, I did want to show you guys the diary that I have been using. So I've been using these diaries for about 3 to 4 years now. They are made by a lovely artist from Australia. And she is a small business owner, and she makes her own art and paintings, and they are all inspired by the beauty of nature and the magic of the universe. And I really, really just adore all of her work. It is so beautiful. And so she creates these diaries. I have 2 versions here. This is the 2023 one that I had, and this is the 2024 diary. And so they are really beautifully made, with a kind of soft material cover, and they've got this kind of gold, I don't know how to call it, gold on the edges of the pages. So beautifully made, and I am just sharing these only because I absolutely love them. This is in no way, shape or form sponsored or anything like that. I have just been using her diaries for, like I say, 3 or 4 years now, and I just love the way they are made, and I love the way they make me feel. They're so beautiful. So she adds in here things like phases of the moon. So there's moon phases, there's information on the calendar, the yearly calendar, how the moon phases, you know, there's things on astrology essentially in here as well, things about self-love, how to look after yourself, self-care, and it's really just really beautiful. And then, you know, you have the weekly layout each day of the week, and then you can say here any goals for your health, career, relationships, personal goals. It's the diary is just so full of very beautiful things. And then on each month she would have the kind of astrology for the month, and what the month looks like, and what kind of things it may bring, if you are into that kind of thing. I think it's just so beautiful and so mindful, and it gives you kind of things to think about. So yes, so there's 2 versions of the diary. This is the larger version, which has all the kind of astrology bits in it as well, and this is a simple kind of daily planner, so it's much more simple without the extra astrology bits. So just a daily planner where you can write everything you need to during your week, and it's laid out really comfortably and easily. And then there's a monthly kind of calendar as well, and they are just so beautiful and so lovely to use that it really makes journaling, for someone like me who finds it difficult, it makes it so easy and so enjoyable, and so I look forward to it. So I really love using these diaries. So I thought I would mention that, and I will leave her details in the description box for you if you want to check out any of her artworks or her other diaries. I know she does things like oracle cards and tarot cards as well, if you like that kind of thing. So I will leave her details below. She's a lovely, lovely person. I think she also has a YouTube channel, so you can check her out. But yes, I thought I'd just mention that as well. But yes, so before this gets too long, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that maybe it inspired you or gave you some ideas, or maybe just something to think about. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next week in my next video. Bye guys.